How's it taste?
Perfect. Nice heat to it, right? Butter chicken. I'm going to share with you guys today how I make butter chicken. Authentic spices, over a charcoal grill, in clay pots. You get such an incredible depth of flavor when you follow these really simple instructions. So we get started by seasoning our boneless skin-on chicken thighs with salt, Kashmiri chili powder, fresh ginger or powdered ginger on both sides, a couple of hours at least, preferably the day before. Really well seasoned. I like to add in 2 tablespoons of Kashmiri chili powder. You can dial it back to 1. The more you add, the greater the heat. I love a really big depth of flavor, so I kind of go all out. So I strongly advise to use fresh ingredients always, whenever it's possible. Not every grocery store has the best ginger. You're going to find skinny little pieces. It's not like if you go to a Chinatown, you can get proper big fat knobs. So we sell really great ginger, powdered ginger in our store. I'll put the link in the video here and in the description below. On the fresh ginger, just use the butt end of a knife to peel off the skin, and you're going to want to grate this directly into the chicken. I like grating ginger with this recipe as opposed to chopping it finely because you get all the juices and oils releasing right into the marinade mixture, and just makes for, again, a much deeper depth of flavor. So yeah, add a big glug of olive oil, all your ingredients. You'll see the full recipe down below here. So get all those marinated ingredients in there and really just dig your hands in and work those spices into the flesh and get that into the fridge. We're gonna leave that for 2 hours, preferably overnight. So for the tomatoes, just go grab a great jar of San Marzano tomatoes. You want about 1 liter. I obviously always use my own that I jar every fall. And let's prep the rest of the ingredients. You're gonna slice up some onions, garlic. You're gonna blend all this later, so there's no need to get too precious with the way you're dicing your onions and garlic. Just roughly chop your onions, smash that garlic open, lose the skin, give it another smash, roughly chop it, and you're good to go. Okay, so now what we want to do is get the first layer of flavor onto the chicken. I always grill the chicken first. So you'll notice I'm doing these in pretty big chunks. And if it was bigger thighs, like these are really small thighs, but if they were bigger thighs like I normally buy, I leave them whole. You just want to get a bunch of color, get a lot of cooking done, get that fat sizzling, a lot of flavor and color on the skin. And you're going to pull them off when they're about 80% done. So I just close the lid, take the temperature down a bit, and let that charcoal do its trick. Just adding a ton of flavor. I check it often, flipping over. Anyone tells you just flip chicken once is what they're talking about. You want to flip it often, make sure you're not letting it burn. You want the color and the caramelization, you don't want it to burn. So that involves a lot of flipping, and keep your eye on it. Get the chicken to 80%. We're going to get that off heat. Just get that into any container you've got. And let's get all the other ingredients ready to go. Next up, we got to heat our clay pots up. Do that gradually. So I typically take the heat down, get the heat back up, get some olive oil in there. Then we're going to throw in our onions and garlic. Let that saute off a bit. Let those onions soften and the flavor start to release. Next, we're going to add in our raw cashews. We want about 50 to 60 grams. We sell them in these perfectly measured out bags. You can get those again on the store, but just get some raw cashews. They're going to go right into the clay pot with the onions and garlic, and we're going to add our tomatoes. So we stir to combine. We're going to let this simmer for about 20 minutes. We're going to go prep all the rest of the flavors that we're going to add in here. More Kashmiri chili powder, garam masala, malt vinegar, sugar. Again, the ingredients are in the recipe below. We're just going to dump that in there. The rest of the ingredients goes with sugar, malt vinegar, to get those spices in there. So after about 15 minutes, you want to get the clay pot off the grill. And this is both my favorite and least favorite part of the process. My favorite part being grab a hand emulsifier and puree that sauce until it's as smooth as you can get it from the hand emulsifier. The next part is a necessary part. If you want silky smooth butter chicken, you've got to pass it through about a cup at a time through a really fine sieve with a rubber spatula. And what this does is it gets all of the remaining seeds or sort of pulpy leftovers from the cashews out of the sauce. As soon as it's done, pour it back into the clay pot, back onto the grill, and start to dice up your chicken into bite-sized pieces. So yeah, just thigh by thigh, just eyeball it, just whatever thing you think looks good. And this is why you don't do this prior, because it's just easier to grill chicken in its whole form and then just cut it later. So once it's all cut, back into the sauce it goes. We're gonna do a final simmer here. Just make sure you scrape off all those board juices into the sauce as well. Give it a good stir. And this is where we add in the butter, a bit of cream, and that kasoori methi, which you've left till the end. And the kasoori methi. So while that's simmering, let's get our rice together. Just really quick. Make sure put a couple cups of rice in a sieve. Again, just give it a good wash. You want to do this about 3 times so the water runs clear. You can soak it if you want for about 20 or 30 minutes. You're going to want to bust up some saffron. You can use a mortar pestle. We wanted to eat, so we just got this right into a big mixing bowl. We added in the rice, chicken stock, got it back on the grill. We did a 5, 5, and 5 method, which I explained in the notes below. Once that's done, throw in some naan to grill. Not much, just a minute aside. Get it nice and hot. And serve it up, and there it is. See it bubbling away. Let's get some, get everything out, and let's just load it up how the way you want. A couple big scoops of rice, big serving of the chicken with some sauce, and some nice warm toasted naan bread. And that's it. Look, there's a lot of flavor in this meal. There's a lot of steps, but it's worth it. This is a really great meal.